am back home after 1 month in Japan, and while I obtained a lot of stuff, and some of it you've already seen if you've been watching this channel, there was a lot of small things that I ended up picking up that, well, don't necessarily necessitate a full video. So what we're going to do on this particular edition of the Koffers is we're going to unbag a lot of the small things from the various events, locations, and just some cool stuff that I picked up. So strap in. This is kind of a catch-all for what I'm calling my knick-knacky things that I picked up in Japan. So first up are gashapons. I actually purchased quite a few gashapons, but this one I didn't get right out of the dispenser, if you will. This one I found at a reseller at Nakano Broadway, and as you can tell, it is Gamera. But it's not just any Gamera. This is the Gamera Rebirth Gashapon. And do a quick little build with some time skip. But yes, these are from the Netflix anime that many of you watched and many more did not watch. So let me put this guy together, give you a good idea of what he looks like completed. They have Spin Attack Gamera. I actually really like this thing. It's a shame that we didn't get a little more creative stuff from the Gamera anime, because there was some excellent stuff in there. But for about $8, I had no problem spending the money on this. I had to get this from a Gashi reseller since they were already out of the rotation on the main Gashapons. So that is one down. While I was also in Japan, I went to Odaiba for the day with my friends so they could bask in the glory of the Odaiba Gundam. But right across the way, there happened to be a little art gallery called Gallery 21. And that particular day, the Yuji Kaida Shinji Nishikawa gallery was going on. I stepped inside. Now, they didn't allow any pictures of the gallery in of itself, but I did walk away with a few cool things. So first things first, I bought this delightful little keychain. It's a basic little keychain, but pretty cool. Along with that, I got some of Shinji Nishikawa's coaster set. So these are all official. So now we open these up and see what we got on the inside. Let's see here. So we have a King Ghidorah, a MonsterVerse Mothra, MonsterVerse Godzilla, and that's all MonsterVerse. There you go. So these are cool. These are about $5 for the set. And that wasn't all. If you bought something, you also got a free set of these coasters that came with any purchase. So the two artists are represented there, and this was the artwork used for the gallery. So got a lot of stuff I can put my drinks on. So fun little set for a fun little gallery visit. While I was in Japan, I did go south to Osaka, and while I was down there, the Godzilla Expo Osaka was going on. I still have a video to do about that, featuring a lot of awesome suits and props, but of course, there was a Godzilla store at the end of the exhibit, and I couldn't walk away without a few things. So first things first, got this magnificent, pull that out there, these clear files. Now these are just pretty much organizers, but this one has the concept art, also by Nishikawa, of Space Godzilla. I dug it a lot with the OG concept art with a little more detailing on the back. That wasn't the only one. Got this delightful Destroya one. Similar thing on the back. So these are pretty inexpensive. They're about, I think, 300 to 500 yen. Let me see. We got it right here. They were not listed. I believe these were about 300 to 500 yen. So these are pretty much used for organizing files and papers and whatnot, but I find that they make great pieces if you frame them, and I love this. I love concept art a hell of a lot, so I had to get these. After the expo, we went down to the Godzilla store. We visited both the Umeda and the main store, and at the main store I picked up a few things. One I will have a very large video on, but I also picked up a couple more small clear files. I got this particular set of more Yuji Kaida stuff, and in the inside, as you can see, it is all Mechagodzilla themed. Let me open this up. Let me see what it says. There's 4 in there. So, of course, yep, on the back, King Godzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah, and then you have Mecha Godzilla 2. So these are things I'm planning on framing as artwork to hang up. I do love the Jet Jaguar Kiru one, but most likely I'm going to go with this as a frame piece along with these two. It's a lot to get into the frame. So that was just part of my purchase from the Godzilla store down there. I also picked up these postcard sets. As you can see on the back, a lot of Kaida and Ishikawa artwork combined. They didn't have these at the gallery that I saw, but they were at the Godzilla store. Let's get those open. What do we got here? Well, we know what we've got here, but let's get a better look. So, beautiful. You've seen that. That was the artwork for the model kit. Cool. Some of this stuff I've never seen. I think this was published in this book. Very Kiru heavy. This one I like a lot. So that's that set. Let's open the other one. Then we got Mechagodzilla, Super Mechagodzilla, Godzilla, and I got the, you just saw. This is awesome. Love this stuff. Mogira, very battle damaged Mogira. That's awesome. And the various women of the mechs. Great pieces. Now these postcards were about, I think, like 600 yen. 700. They might have been about 700 yen, but very worth it. I love artwork. Sometimes I can't take full prints and posters home. There were prints of this stuff, but dragging it around Japan, especially when you're traveling from room to room on trains and getting it, God forbid, getting it home on a plane, I find this a little more manageable. This is artwork I'd like to frame, put up, or put in like books, you know, just to look at. I got a lot of portfolio books of art I bought over the years, so that is what these will be going into. Now, I did a video on the experience. I went to Awaji Island, the Godzilla Operation Inception attraction out there, but I didn't show a lot of the stuff I had packed up because, well, gift shop with a couple of cool things. So a couple of postcards with some artwork that was exclusive to the event, including this. This is actually a big part of the video that they show describing the event and how Shin Godzilla gets where he gets. But I do love this ink work type of stuff. They had these on actual canvas prints. They were much pricier, so I went with the cheaper, much more manageable option, and including Mothra. Now, this is what they gave me with my packet. As you can see, it got a little bent. That is the downside to traveling. Sometimes you think you pack well enough, but things still do happen. I did get some clear files of that amazing style artwork. Really nothing on the back, but this is exclusive to the event. Again, all this artwork is used in the promo video. When you go onto the into the attraction, they show you a nice little 10-minute video, some new Shin Godzilla footage, and basically telling the story of why you're ziplining through Shin Godzilla's mouth. And this is the artwork depicting Godzilla's attack in Days of Yore, and a bigger version as the clear file. Again, these will be used as wall pieces. I plan on, you can ignore that. Now, these were pretty cheap. These were about 500, 600 a piece. The postcards were about 250 to 3 a piece. So spent, a little bit of money, but then again, you're out in the great yonders, and you don't know when you'll be back. That's not the only thing. I believe I showed this off in my review, but I did get, because I love this artwork a lot, an official coaster. This is a ceramic coaster. This was about 1,200 yen, so not too much of a bank breaker, and you can hear it. Yeah, so this is a heavy-duty coaster featuring artwork. I love the shit out of this artwork. Point of swearing on this thing, I really don't. But you visit the Awaji Island, you can't not leave without a little something something. I have the Bandai exclusive from there, so there's no need to get that, but this stuff was very exclusive. Didn't see it anywhere else but the Godzilla Operation Interception. I've not seen it online anywhere. So this is stuff definitely, as a fan, you want to walk away with, have a little something to remember outside of the many pictures that you took. And of course, I have also visited the Godzilla store in Shinjuku, walked away with a little something, more postcards, because again, you want something that is travel ready. I was out there for 30 days, and this was an early buy. So these are the Noriyoshi Orai postcards. I absolutely adore this man's work. If you know Godzilla, you know all this stuff. So these are all the Heisei posters without the text. This is what you want. This is art, people. This is art right there. Ooh, there's even a Mega Gyros. Big fan of this one. I do defend that movie to the death. So some great pieces, including like a 2,000 piece. So again, this was about 800 yen for this postcard set. Again, I'm going to probably get one of those multi-layered frames, frame these guys up, because this is all artwork that deserves to be seen and not hidden. So again, if for the budget-wary traveler, if you're visiting Japan and you can't afford all those figures, because believe me, those figures are great, they are tempting, but at the same time, they take up room, and sometimes you're on a budget, but you want a little something something. So stuff like this works to your favor, especially if you need to pack away and travel with it. So postcards galore from this trip. Gashapons. I bought quite a few Gashapons. Here are some of the Godzilla related ones I didn't publish. So the Godzilla Kong set was out there, and I definitely tried my hand a couple of times. I did a video on the Shimo, but I was posting a small video, but I never opened this guy. I got a Scar King, so I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So we're going to put them together real quick. So these were the big ones outside of the Destroy All Monster set. So very basic. Actually, let me show you the... So there is the insert that goes along with them. Let's get that open. So there you go. So I also got Shimo as well. I did a video on her. Didn't get any else. I just kept it very basic, very simple, but Scar King was the other one I got. I'll show you. There you go. There he is in his little Gachi glory. So these are our little 3.5-inch figures. This one ran about 500 yen. He was not... These weren't the cheapest ones out there, but still, for something small, a little something to carry around, and, try your luck. Gashapons are always a fun thing. They are in numbers out there. The number of gashapons are insane. I also came across, while I was in Osaka at a Yodobashi, a older gashapon that hadn't been completely drained yet, and found these. Let me get this open. There we go. This lot. Now, I did a small video on this, trying to get this stuff, but these are from last year. Actually, might be even older, like a year and a half ago. So finding these in public was a big get for me, because my Kamen Kaiser compatriot Ariane had picked up Gigan and Zone Fighter for me, so I managed to get most of the rest of the set. I did drop about 20 bucks in these things. So this is one I got in hand right here. This is the Water Demon from Yamato Takeru, and this is the kind of stuff I absolutely love, this weird deep cut stuff. So I now have a couple of Zone Fighters, a couple extra Gigans. Gunhead was the one I wanted, ended up getting him. I got Guyford. These two dudes I got a while ago, and I got Godzilla floating somewhere from previous, but managed to essentially complete the collection. Took me about 20 bucks, but I did. I essentially drained this gashapon dispenser. I think there's a few left, but after about 20 bucks, I called it a day. They're pretty cheap, 300 a piece. So they're little acrylic keychains. This is the kind of stuff that I love to death. But there you guys go. Now, there is a ramen chain that is doing a cross promotion with Toho with Godzilla. So you can try this Godzilla vs. Destroyer ramen. It's a slightly spicy ramen, but when you buy the ramen or the chicken, they give you these cool postcards as part of your buy. So these are available if you dine in at one of the restaurants. They give you, your choice of a few. So the guy just pretty much held out and said, take 3. And these are the ones that I took. So they are essentially the movie posters. Cool little pieces. These are giveaways. So, I mean, technically I bought them because I bought a delicious bowl of ramen and some chicken. But these were free with the buy, part of the promotion. I don't know how long the promotion's going on. So if you're out in Japan still, you want to check it out. I got to get the name of the ramen place. This was down in Osaka, but there was quite a few in the Tokyo area as well. So these are nifty little giveaways. Basic postcards, but gives you an idea. There you go. And what is visiting Japan without visiting a Mandarake, the collector store of all collector stores, if you love this stuff? So while I was down in Fukuoka, I went to the Mandarake down there and found a bastion of books at insane prices. I ended up picking up a few art books, but Godzilla related. Found this delightful Frankenstein versus Baragon. It is a official MOOC, so it's kind of a magazine book. Basically, these are promo pieces put out by, I believe it's Hobby Japan puts these things out. So on the inside, let me open this up. Checking for this. I paid $500 yen. I paid $5 Japan for this, and these are what they are. There are numerous versions of these. I saw many, but I'm a mark for Frankenstein versus Baragon. Frankenstein conquers the world, if you will. So these books are just filled with all sorts of fun pictures, behind the scenes stuff, bits about the movie. So including the alternate ending. It's even got that fresh print smell. So if you're a collector of books and paper goods like I am, stuff like this, if you ever visit Mandarake, find their books section, because they have a smorgasbord of this. A lot of people go for the toys, and the toys are going to run a little more, but you can find all sorts of treasures with the books, especially in the back shelves, outside of the case ones, which are essentially the wall books, if you will, if you go into a comic book store. So this was Fukuoka. While I was in Osaka, I made a visit to Kyoto, beautiful city. I recommend everyone go. And I visited the Mandarake there, probably the fanciest of all Mandarakes, and I found this to be apt to pick up, which is, yes, the Gamera 3 Guardian of the Universe official album. Considering I was in Kyoto at Kyoto Station, this Mandarake is right around Kyoto Station. This felt exceptionally apt to get. And this one was about 1,800 yen, so it really wasn't too much. Stateside, it cost a lot more, but there, because these are in abundance, much cheaper. So Mandarakes, that is your go-to if you want some wonderful bits of publishing material, because again, there's some really cheap deals to be had at those places. I know everyone says figures. No, books is where you still find the deals. Well, there you guys go. That is the nooks and crannies of the fun stuff that I bought. There are some bigger things that do deserve their own videos, which I will be getting to, not including coming soon. Oh yeah, gonna open this bad boy up. But like I said, that's another video for another day, so stay tuned. You might want to subscribe, because you might want to see opening of that sake bottle and how it tastes and all the other wonderful things, or watch the videos of the bigger items that I have picked up and reviewed while I was out in Japan. Like I said, that wasn't everything, but that was all the small stuff that really doesn't garner a 10-minute video, 15-minute video, if you will, but still a lot of fun things to be had. On that note, we do have a show. It's called The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. And if you don't like to download, you can always stream us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you might find better podcasts. We're also on social media. If you weren't following us while we were in Japan, you missed out on a lot. Thankfully, that's the beauty of social media. They're still on there. All those pictures and wonderful things that I still have a lot of videos to catch up on. You can see it there on X, Instagram, Facebook.com. It's right there. Give us a follow, give us a watch. If you want to reach out and say hi, that's the best place to do it. And like I said, stay tuned to this channel. We have a lot more content coming from Japan, because I shot hours upon hours of video, and I've yet to scratch the surface. You might be seeing the little shorts here and there, but there's a lot more coming. So stay tuned for that. On that note, that will wrap up this compendium version of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys. And see you next time.